As I got there, they say, what's your name? Put your hands together for Aladdin Miyasakem. That sing, Ola Maju, Ola Iwalomaju. As I kept sang for 2 hours, the only dance they danced was this one. As I was disappointed, he said, I'm going home. And the MC said, the king said, if you go back and sing Yogar Yogar, I did on my Yogar Yogar. We'll give you 2 million. As I had 2 million. He said, everybody look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, Yogar. DJ, play. Masakan. And we say them too much. Yes, we have to get them so close. We'll be there for you, not to take us. And you tell them down. Thank you so much. My name is Kenny Blaq. Thank you for the
DJ Yoga. Please give it for Kenny Blaq, Yoga Yoga. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got your phone with you, please can you raise it up? So,
okay, good morning. My name is Zahira. I finished from Babak University. I studied economics.
Okay, first of all, how did you hear of this program?
NYC.
NYC. Okay, since you have come, how can you describe your experience here?
It's been nice so far.
Okay, can you pinpoint what you have benefited?
What?
What you have benefited today?
I enjoyed listening to the Deputy Governor and then the robotics thing, the secondary school student that built their own robot. I saw the prototype. It's nice too. And then I like the whole arrangements, liked Kenny Blaq's performance. It was nice.
Oh, okay, did you actually feel there's a need for this program? For this kind of a program?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why do you think there's a need?
I think it's necessary for them to always do programs like this for people in this field. They can meet seniors in the field, they can connect with them and benefit from their knowledge, so it's needed.
Oh, okay, there is something that is in vogue, which is the zeal to travel abroad, like generally called Japa
culture.
Okay, are you keen to that as well?
No, I'm not.
Can you tell me why?
Because I want to stay here. I believe the opportunities here as well.
So, will you tell your friends the same thing?
Yeah, I do. I tell them the same thing.
Have you ever applied for any lottery?
No.
Do you intend to have a visa?
No, not really. It's not one of my interests right now.
Okay, I want to probe a little. What is your future plans regarding your education and your career?
I plan on delving into IT, maritime, and energy economics. I want to see how those three could work for me. Those are my interests now.
Do you see that having more opportunities here than abroad?
I think it's almost an equal chance, but I prefer to do it here.
It's good to hear that. Your name again, please?
Zahira. Zahira.
Thanks for talking with us. Okay, you are talking.
Which is one of the reasons why most of our hubs are located across university campuses in Nigeria, across the 6 geoplot school zone. Currently, we have 7 hubs, and we are counting down to 12 before the end of the year. We have across Unibadan, OAU, Uniosun, ATBU, BUK, Uniben, Rivers.
Gone online and entered your information in a digital manner, so digitized, so to speak. Now, if you come in physically into the conference, there are 2 ways you could have done it. In the olden days, you would go in there, get a ticket, a physical ticket, an analog ticket, and come in. In the digitalized business processes world, you will get a QR code or a code. Yeah, and then you come in straight away, and that process is digitized. You not to key for your ticket before you then go in and show your ticket. You get a ticket instantly when you are registered. Then the third mode is digital transformation. So digitize, digitalize, digitally transform. So when we're talking about digital transformation, you probably have 2 pillars here. Yeah, you have existing businesses, all these old and eight businesses that are being talked about, that are here till now. Some of them are still in banks, by the way. Yeah, they have to digitally transform their businesses because they've started in a time before digitalization. Some of them are going to be on both, but they're not quite digitally transformed yet. Now, what do we call digital transformation? We're not talking about that customer-driven strategic business transformation, which requires organizational change. So that means you're now implementing basically changes that are impacting your customers. So let's take this conference again, for example. In a few years back, we go to a conference, go in there, it's a one-way conversation. In modern conferences today, you get an app. With the app, you interact. You can see the profile of the speakers, you can rate the speakers, you can connect with other conference people, you can book meeting appointments. So you can see it's moved away from just sitting down there listening to now interacting collectively. Now we'll talk about disruption and what disruption really is. So you've heard Izu talked about a cheaper alternative. It's a little bit more than that. So the best example, or one good example I can think of, because it's very important for you to go away with. One good example I can think of is probably if you cast your mind back, maybe just maybe 15, 20 years ago. If you had a camera, that camera is probably going to be using a film, a camera film. And names like Kodak, Fujifilm, and Co. come to mind. So what does that mean? If you want to take a picture, you buy an ISO rated film roll. So you have ISO 100. Then ISO 100 will go to ISO 200. ISO 200 went to 400, and so on until it got to 1,200. So the makers of film rolls kept improving technology. That's called sustained innovation. They were sustaining it. But you, the consumer, you kept buying because that's the choice you have, and it kept giving you more product that you can use. So by the time you got to ISO 800, you can't even see the enhancements over ISO 400, but you still kept buying it. Then cast your mind back 20 years ago again, when the first digital cameras came up. All you can barely see in the digital camera are pixels. So basically, when you expand the picture so widely, you keep expanding and enlarging it, all you just see are the dots. Those are the pixels in the picture. Everybody laughed at it. The best photographers laughed and said, "This will never take off." But over time, they kept improving. Then you have 1 megabyte cameras, you have 5 MB, you have megapixels rather, you have today 1/5 megapixel cameras, which is just mind-blowing. So you can see how a disruptive innovation will always come as an underperformer, ignored completely by the incumbents. So once the incumbents ignore it, the underperformer keeps gaining. Now today, a digital camera is in every single device you see, including your phones. So what does that mean for us? Basically, if you're currently in the industry and you see
television, may we meet you, please?
Yeah, my name is Tim Tokwe Gideon. I'm the co-founder.
Is a disruptor or just coming in with sustaining innovation. If the competitor is genuinely a disruptor, then you're in trouble. And the way you recognize whether it's a disruptor is to see whether, you know what, they've got a new trajectory, they've got a new set of products that is underperforming at one point. Now it's gathered momentum, velocity, and while you're sleeping, building your own products and satisfying your normal customers. If the technology they have is a sustaining technology, all you have to do is just, quite frankly, put more muscle on it. So if somebody wants him to come in and do a better phone, yeah, than iPhone or one of those smartphones, all they will just do is just put in more money and take their ground and own that ground. So banks don't have to aspire. Yeah, I know people are spelling the end banks. Banks can actually identify some of those disruptors and disrupt themselves. They can identify those sustaining technologies and come in and take those sustaining technologies away. And indeed, innovators as well have a big space. I think Bill Gates said it very well. He said, banking is necessary, but banks are not. So if you're an innovator, don't go for a sustaining technology. Don't just pick one small thing at a lower cost. Look for genuine disruptive technology, yet that's going to make a big difference and then disrupt the problem and sustain the market. So in real life, whether you're looking for a job, whether you're in an existing job, hopefully you have the tools to understand what disruption really means and the difference between digitalization, disruptive technology, and how to react in that particular environment. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Please put your hands once again for Mr. Dave Bajomo, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of our best speakers, and the reason is very simple. He kept to time. So, without much ado, I'd like to invite our next speaker. She is the ED Coronation Bank and Chairperson APWB. She will be talking about Industry 5.0 Banking Revolution, Insights for Generation Next. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Mrs. Funke Ladimeji, HCIB.
It is focused, and it is for you. And so we're all here today to acknowledge how important you are to the Nigerian economy, to the corporate world in Nigeria, as well as to the banking sector. So, as was mentioned, my name is Funke Ladimeji. I work for Coronation Merchant Bank. I'm also the chairperson of the Association of Professional Women Bankers, Nigeria, and that is the female wing of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, the body that is hosting this event. So, I want to thank the CIBN for this fantastic and timely event.
Okay, good morning. My name is Zahira.
Next generation, and it provides a platform, definitely for me, and for others like me. It's a wonderful opportunity to have a conversation with you all. So, I'm going to try and be as brief as I can be, but I'm going to focus on 3 very simple points. 1, Industrial Revolution, 5th Industrial Revolution and its relevance to the financial services space. 2, the relevance to you as that next generation. And then finally, my recommendation. So first, regarding the Industrial Revolution, I'm going to say 2 quick points. 1, I will juxtapose Industrial Revolution, the 5th Industrial Revolution, with the 4th. The 4th is essentially what Adebayomo mentioned, some of the points that Yvonne also mentioned, It's really about disruptive technologies. It's really about the financial sector and every other sector for that matter, leveraging the new technologies, right? And many of them you know about, whether it's Bitcoin, blockchain, AI, VR, virtual reality, and many, many more. Leveraging that for profits, right? Leveraging that in order to automate what are the routine tasks. That's the fourth industrial revolution. Now, the fifth industrial revolution leverages the same, but the objective of doing that is really much wider. It is for societal value. It is to enhance humanity. That is the objective of the fifth industrial revolution. And the way that the fifth industrial revolution is currently panning out is that it is essentially an opportunity to bring humans and technology together to achieve something that is of societal benefit, right? It is an integration of all we've spoken about, the high-speed technology, the precision machines. It's an integration of all of that with critical human thinking and critical human skills to achieve a broader objective. And where, I would say, the center of banking of transaction moves from the banks to the individual, from banks to organizations. It is really an opportunity for banks to deliver value rather differently, right? To deliver value via what we call cohorts, a combination of humans as well as technology. But let me leave that for a moment, because what I'm really wanting to home in on is this. There's generally a higher purpose for the fifth industrial revolution, the way that it is panning out at the moment, right? There's a higher purpose, and that purpose is really societal. And I know that is something that really ministers to you for this next generation. So every organization has a purpose. And as a generation of very smart people who care about what is happening socially, who care.
May we meet you, please?
Yeah, my name is Tokwe Gideon. I'm the co-founder of Play to Learn game. So Play to Learn is a physical board game that teaches teenagers, kids, adults, everyone about blockchain innovation, right? So this game teaches you everything you need to know about the financial market, which is the decentralized finance, blockchain, trading. So this game comes in variety of shape. This is the blockchain abbreviations card game, which contains the acronyms we use in the blockchain space. For instance, like WAGMI, we're all gonna make it all-time high, or ATH. So this game, and here is the game, quiz card game, that contains questions and answers that teaches you about blockchain, like who is the founder of Ethereum, who is the founder of Bitcoin, when did when was Ethereum established, and all that. You get everything you need to know about cryptocurrency and blockchain. We put everything on this card game, and we have puzzle card game, which you get to like assemble maybe different coin logo like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance. We have Scrabble, so we have varieties of games. Think about it. This game teach you everything you need to know about the blockchain, right? And it also helps kids to like start interacting with the blockchain without even the internet. That's one of the beautiful part of Play to Learn game. And we do a lot of stuff. We host physical events for people to learn Web2 guys, like people that don't know anything about the blockchain. Our game also help them to have interest in learning about these new innovations. Yeah, that's it about Play to Learn.
Well, that is very good to hear. At least you are educating the young ones while they are having fun. Oh, that is beautiful. But have you ever thought of doing this abroad?
Yes, our game has traveled out because we are, blockchain is all over the world, right? And we have like bondless pay there, because we create game for brands also. Maybe you are in the Web3 space, you are in the blockchain space, you want to create awareness for your brand. When you come to us, we print your games, everything about your brand. Maybe it's the puzzle. You can even use this game as souvenir whenever your brand is hosting events. So one of our partners is Bondless Pay, is a paying platform platform using the blockchain innovation. So we created games for them, for their brand, and they took it to Rwanda, Nairobi, and some other country, and they used the game as souvenir, and people start learning about bondless pay from there. So we are moving globally, not just Africa alone.
Yeah, the point I'm driving at is you have done great. This is a great job. But a lot of people want to say, let me get out of this country and let me go and make more money. Do you think that, or you feel that you can develop things at home?
Yeah, actually, like I said earlier, our game is for everyone globally. If you decide to leave Nigeria now, when you go to other country, you meet it there. You get the point. So you can meet it anywhere around the world because it can travel anywhere around the world.
But do you think this program is necessary?
Actually, yeah, it's very, very.
Why do you think so?
Because it will also help innovators to keep on building. A lot of people don't have fundings for their business, but when they come to events like this, they get to meet people, network with people. From there, you create relationship and build something from there. When you start meeting people, before you know, someone can introduce you to a VC, venture capitalist that can invest in your product. When they see that there's a future in whatever you are building, like play to learn. Yeah.
What will you say to CIBN now?
I would say they are doing amazing, and what they are doing is fantastic. They should keep on going, God keep on blessing them, and to greater height to them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You are on to SEM Television. Okay, may we meet you, please?
Hello, my name is Danish Mera, and I'm a member of FGC Team Nigeria.
Hello, my name is Osade Mamel John Nejo, and I'm also a member of FGC Team Nigeria.
Tell me about your organization.
Okay, so basically FGC is an international robotics competition which is conducted in an Olympic-style manner, right? So over 180 countries participate in this competition, and it basically celebrates STEM the same way the world celebrates football, for example. And basically we tackle world problems. Like last year, the topic for the competition was carbon capture, and it was to deal with carbon emissions and pollution, whereas this year the theme is hydrogen horizons, and it's to deal with how we can use hydrogen as a potential source of sustainable energy. So we are a robotics team that have created a robot that depicts, that someone depicts how we can use hydrogen as a potential source of energy.
Oh, wow, that is great.
FGC's aim is also to bring awareness about STEM to youth all over the world. It ranges from the ages of 14 to 18 years of age. So that's why you see teenagers are being involved in this competition. It's not just like an adult something. It just raises awareness of STEM and celebrates it in a way the world celebrates sports, for example, Olympic style among teenagers.
Yeah, I think I need to ask you a little bit more of that. What instigated your interest in robotics? What stimulated your interest in robotics?
Well, I've been interested in robotics since a young age. Like, it's been a passion of mine for a while now. I think the main thing that drew me into this world of robotics was innovation, seeing how ideas were being practicalized and, used to solve real world problems. It drew me close because, you can actually have this idea and you dwell on that idea, create something that can actually help you solve these world problems. Like most machines of today, 100 years ago they did not have things like this, and now we have it, and we're solving real world problems. Before they didn't have airplanes, now we have it, and our life is way easier now. So that's really what drew me into this field.
All right. What impact do you think you have made so far in the life of the youth with these projects?
Okay, so the challenge for this year was recently released. So our plan is to outreach to our community and create awareness of how hydrogen can be used as a source of energy, as well as try and create, cheaper alternatives than using petrol or diesel. Therefore, we are currently working on projects that we can present to the community here.
It's amazing to see young people create things. What will you say to other young people that may not be so interested in innovation?
Suppose in FGC Team Nigeria, all of us are extremely dedicated to creating a sustainable alternative because, you know, currently petrol and diesel, they are big problems for the world. So everyone in Team Nigeria is extremely dedicated, and so far I haven't seen anyone who is not that driven.
So I would like to just add, if you really have a dream to pursue this field, you know, become an engineer or something like that relating to STEM, that you shouldn't give up on said dream, you know, actually go for it. Like you know where it would take you tomorrow. It could lead you places you never even dreamed about.
Where do you think robotics is taking the world to?
From different, robotics taking the world to different places, from self-driving cars to automated pets and fellow human beings. You have robots that are receptionists now, tour guides and so on. Robotics is taking the world to a better place, a more efficient place, where humans have more time to socialize with not just robots, but one another and connect with each other as a whole.
It also makes life easier.
Robot make life easier, right? Okay, that's. Can you show me what is here? A little bit of what is here, please.
So these are some of our mini bots that we created for exhibition purposes. Really, they are driven by this control hub here and this battery that powers it. There are two motors under, and it drives these two wheels. These are the driver wheels, these are like the ones that are driven. So we just a more complex like robot that we built also for showcasing, but yeah, it does other things. And we built it with the help of our coaches that taught us. So, yeah.
That is so great. And we are going to try to partner with you guys. We'll give you our contacts. So whenever you need publicity, we're going to follow up, and we are going to make sure that whatever you do is heard very loudly, right? We appreciate what you guys are doing, right? Good. So we'll get that. We'll get that connected. Then, yeah. Same television. Okay. So we want to meet you and tell us more about Okpolo. That's quite it.
Financial services through this direct-to-consumer solution. Guys, the days ahead are going to be very interesting. The days will be quite exciting. I was going through a Boston Consulting Group report, and they said, look, fintech today, globally, with all the noise you hear, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we wanted to be bankers, right? Today, everyone wants to be a founder, you want to work for a fintech, right? But the days ahead is going to be super exciting because we are here to scratch the surface, right? This BCG report says just fintech as of today is just enjoying 2% of the total revenue in the financial services industry, right? And this is expected to go up to 25%, right? And this is in trillions of dollars, right? By 2030. So it means that for every youngster in this room, there is a lot of opportunity, whether you're in the fintech space or in the banking space. You just need to find a way to fit in. We expect that with fintechs, Africa will leapfrog, and we're going to see a new financial ecosystem. What do we want to look at now? The next wave of fintechs, as we talk about Industry 5.0, for every young person in this room, I want to remind you that we have about 44 million registered businesses in Nigeria. And out of these 44 million, just 5%, just about 2 million, are fully adopting the, and I'm sure that will hit 100 million with the aggressive drive from government. We expect that as everyone here, especially for young people, right? I became a chief operating officer at 26. You have an opportunity to serve a business. You can create a solution to serve a business. So that's the first thing I want to talk about when you look at the opportunities in the fintech space. The second is on ecosystem orchestration. Not everybody should bring up a solution that can save money or withdraw money, right? We should look at the transport sector, look at the health sector, look at the education sector, focus on our lifestyle ecosystem. Where can you provide a solution? And I think the fintechs can help you solve that. Thirdly, we have a huge opportunity around credit. Look out for partnership that can attract lending. right? And we will build the solution, make sure that it's able to enable people that enabling power and to be able to access funds. Lastly, I would say there's a compelling need. We talked about big banks. So many big banks realize that in their portfolio, their customers are 50 years and above. Some of them said, look, we are banking a dying generation. And they began to transform, and they are transforming using technology. I want to challenge everyone here in wrapping up that you should embrace the fact that when we talk about the future of banking, we are going to be the customers of the new ecosystem. There's a room for everyone here. When one of the speakers spoke earlier, I talked about the king's head being cut off. You should look for a place to fit in and provide a solution for one of the thousands of use cases that are available in the market. That's the charge for you all. Thank you.
At the end of the day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we asked earlier if you had questions, and we have a question for Mrs. Funke Ladimeji, HCIB. And the question is, it is often said that women do not do well at work and do well at home. Please tell us, how have you been able to balance these two, rising to the top as an executive director in a bank, chairman professional women bankers, and still doing well at home front? We want to know your secrets. Answers your question. Thank you. It's a very relevant question. And I would say it's a journey, okay? The way that I managed my work-life balance, I would say some 15 years ago, is very different from what I do today. Partly because times have changed, but also partly because as you get more senior, you sort of start to see things a bit differently and you're able to manage a bit more. So let me give you some examples. In my very younger days in banking, I was definitely a hard. One thing I was not happy to do was to work all the time and not have time. Right? Not to have time for my friends, not to have time for my family. And so what I did was to merge my entire world. My work life, everything just became how I personally managed it. And so what it meant is that even at the time when I was doing my master's, I would leave the office, go for my master's class, get back after my master's class into the office. I sometimes go into the office late in the evening because all I focused on at that time was delivery. As long as I delivered, that was what mattered. And I had that conversation with my bosses at the time. But I would also mention, I had some very good support. I had some very senior women and men, and I reached out, who supported me, who I had spoken to that this is what I want to do. And so I had that support. But most importantly, you must be ready to be flexible. So that was what I did in my younger days. I just made everything continuous, right? Sometimes I got to the office at 10, sometimes I worked until very, very late at night. Now, right, it's a bit different. Obviously, you have work from home, the hybrid work model, right? And you have all your toolkits to make that work. I think the other thing that I do in that regard is to make sure that I can work anywhere. Wherever I am, I have everything I need. My laptop, my Wi-Fi, my phone, and an extra power bank. Right? And what it meant was that at least on the work front, I can meet all those requirements. Now, when it comes to the whole front, it was really organization. I organize myself so well, I get good help, and I pay for it. and that's a fact. That's what I try to do, right? I pay a lot of attention to the health. I try and get the good health that I can afford, and then, I let them run. I spend time very early in the morning, I spend time in the evening as well. So that's my story. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we know your secrets, we know how to do it. Please put your hands together for the superwoman once again. Hello. Okay, we realize that there's been a misconception about the logo. So the logo is the CIBN 60th anniversary logo. It is not a new logo for CIBN. So if you're on social media posting about the event, please note that this is the CIBN 60th anniversary logo. It is not an entirely new logo for CIBN. Capiche? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Right now I'd like to bring on stage the ED Infrastructure Business Unit in Blaq Computers Limited as he takes us on a TED Talk titled Industry 5.0 Banking Revolution, Bank of the Future. Please, if your hands are not too busy, jam them together for Mr. Tope Dare. Thank you. We can do more. We can do more. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Are we on? Yes. Okay. 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 It's good to have you here. We have known Ali Baba as someone who has been able to elevate a number of youths through a single route, which is comedy. Do you think Nigerian youths are doing well according to your expectation?
When you say doing well, our musicians are doing well. Our IT students, IT people are doing well. Our doctors are doing well. I think the only thing that is not doing well in this country is politics and governance. Our youths are doing very well. Because the youths that are not doing well are a consequence of the political climate. On our youth, and it used to take so long to be cleared. However, we had First Bank in the market then, and checks were being written, bank draft to pay your school fees, to make out of payment, and we had notes, the old Naira notes, and we had the coins. And you can see First Bank then telling you about the banking, the best they could offer then. However, years after, when the best was given also to the new generation called the Gen Z. The Gen Z had mobile first. All what they know is mobile. They are engaged with their mobile day and night. And the older banks came into the market then, or some of them are not available today, the likes of the Oceanic Bank, Intercontinental Bank. They brought in technology, another technologies early stage. However, the likes of check, the likes of bank drafts were being issued. You might not see that anymore because technology has taken over all this. However, we have what we call the telephone banking then. Then there was no mobile, no MTN, no Airtel, no Etisalat. Phone technology then was landline. And you have to call from your landline to get your balance from your bank. And SMS banking also came when the telcos also came into the market for you to confirm your balance with short codes.